Hi everyone. So I think it was better to record a video to touch this subject because I've been seeing a lot of um, buzz buzz going around with the new influx of AI tools coming around, and many of them claiming that they can, track your visibility in wherever it appears, your brand appears, or your website appears. And I've been having quite a few discussions with people. Some of them are creating some of these softwares, and some questions that I always ask are unanswered by default. And I don't know if everyone is comfortable with this. I certainly know that I'm not. Um, and I'm all for having more information on what's happening in search, and certainly uh, Google and all the search engines that are adopting AI, and even AI systems don't seem to give us any information regarding what's going on there with our websites and our content. Um, I think going full headfirst into this kind of tools that claim to track visibility might be a bit deceiving. I'm not calling this whomever is creating these tools that they have these intentions, but what I'm saying is the information that we end up getting out of these tools is well far from representation of an accurate scenario. And for that, I mean, like, imagine that you have like a system, like AI system is a corpus of large language models that are trained on a certain aspects in terms of statistics in order to output certain things that make sense for us. And their usefulness is exactly that. Then they can um, mash up content, whereas like so before with a search engine you would do a simple query like um, how many volts has this battery, and it would give you the answer. um, if you run into very specific scenarios, like you have a specific need for a specific situation, um, then that's where AI gets mostly useful, because then even if there is no search result or answered from a classic search engine that would answer your specific need, what an AI will do is that they will mash up like a scenario that might have happened somewhere else with someone in some other situation, and they adapt it to fit your situation. So that becomes like your scenario. And what this creates is a unique situation. So that is only relevant to the person doing the queries. And we know that not everyone uses the same language, not everyone is well versed in asking questions or elaborating themselves or expressing themselves on what they mean or what they how they express themselves. We express ourselves in different um, levels because you know we learn languages and to express ourselves in different cultures and languages and so whatnot. Um, so this all of these combinations of that are unique to each individual um, is what makes AI systems so relevant for us. So when you input your prompt into an AI system, a chatbot, it will, for the long run, it will consider your preferences, what you've set it up for, um, your previous conversations, and whatever it knows about you. And as it knows more about you, it will consider that context as well, to give you the most relevant answer for your situation and case. This means that as we continue using chatbots, we will get more and more unique answers to each individual. So my going back to these tools that are now promising to track visibility in AI systems, my questions are always around: how do you deal with personalization? How do you deal with contextual cases that you don't know the context about? How do you deal with even like limits? Like, I don't think these chatbots or companies like AI, OpenAI, and Anthropic, and Perplexity, whatever, allow you to hammer their systems to as much as you want. There will be levels that you need to pay for, of course. They will have APIs, some other will not, but how much are they willing to sacrifice their and to sell their bandwidth to these kind of machines that hammer their systems? So there you have it. Like, on one side you have a lot of people wanting this information, a lot of people wanting because it's not given to us. On the other side, you have software that is promising to deliver this insightful insights into what's going on, but there is this whole black box around that is being ignored by everyone, where we are not considering context. We are not considering ability of people to express themselves, meaning that between me and someone else that has the same need, or imagine 10 people that if we had exactly the same need, just because we would be different persons, possibly in different languages with different cultures, we would also come up with we would all come up with different prompts, or even like prompt iterations. It's not that I'm going to get the results that I want out of the first prompt. Is that I'm going to iterate through prompts until I get what I want, and then I will learn to become good at it, and some more than others. But these are all unanswered questions. Like, these systems do not offer insights. How do they deal with this? So we are approaching AI visibility and tracking to the same aspects that we were approaching keyword tracking. And, I do not think this is helpful at all. I do not think this reflects an accurate reality. And I'm all to hear and see where this goes, but I just want to put out in there to everyone my thoughts, because if everyone has answers to these questions and that sound logical and that sound like accurate and would be reproducible, I'm all for to hear them, and I will change my opinion on these tools. But so far, this is where we are. I mean, I do not have confidence in the data that these tools promise you. Not that they will not deliver in the future, but so far, I have not seen anything, and I've not seen anything that proves otherwise. And the lack of answers and everyone explaining what they are doing in these cases also is a bit, puts me a bit off from trusting fully these systems. So this video is just like to put out like a complex thought that I just did like here on the go. So sorry about the video being a bit like probably me rambling a bit on the video, but this is it. I wanted just to lay out, to relay to everyone my thoughts and how I feel about all of this. It's not that I don't want it to happen. I don't want things to progress, or I don't want these tools to be successful. I do. I want data because I'm also interested in looking at the data. But so far, I want also the answers to these points that are being overlooked or are being ignored or are being disregarded or whatever. They don't have an answer so far. So that is it. Thank you, and pay attention. Thank you. Bye.